Hey, what's going on? It's Joe, eager expat. Sorry about the nighttime light shoot. Hope it's coming out okay. I'm just on my old sailboat. I wanted to make a video. A lot of people have asked me about Mexican car insurance. I don't pretend to be any kind of expert on much of anything, much less Mexican car insurance. So I go with what I know. I got a hold of the experts. I've used a company here in San Diego over the years. I'll use them in the future, called Baja Bound. Great company, been around since '99, I believe. They have a really nice calculator on their website. You plug in what it is you want to insure. I can't go over all that. It can a $2,000 car versus a $250,000 RV. Obviously, the numbers are going to be much different. So I'll put a link to their website. You can find that calculator in the description of this video. Just plug it in. It'll show you the rates for liability, daily, 6 months, annual, full coverage, whatever it is you want. You can also talk with them about specialty insurance. You want to start talking about trailers, boats, all that kind of thing. This video and all of my videos are really just basic beginner type things, a good place to start. Then, go from there. Again, if you're a Baja expert, you've had insurance for 40 years like I have, this probably isn't the video for you. This is more for the basic questions, because I've mentioned in other videos about the need for Mexican liability insurance. And one comment after another about, oh, you're wrong. I am planning my trip to Baja. I contacted my U.S. insurance company. I'm fully covered within 50 miles or 100 miles or whatever it is your U.S. company told you. Well, I'm here to tell you, and I'm not wrong about this, you're not covered with your U.S. policy in Mexico. Your car might be covered, but to me, one of the more important things about insurance is, God forbid, the person I plow into in a crosswalk, or if I T-bone somebody, it's my fault, an at-fault accident. I mean, just an accident, not I'm driving drunk or anything stupid. Just an accident has happened, it's my fault, and it needs to be paid for. The Mexican police, okay, let's start here. I do a lot of videos about Baja, and I get all kinds of comments. Some are stranger than others. I mean, I delete the strangest comments, but trust me, I'll put up a video. I did a video on driving through the Mexican checkpoints, and it's one comment after another about how every Mexican cop is gonna steal from you, or this or that or whatever. I don't believe any of that. I mean, I just don't. Are there crooked cops in Mexico? Yes. Are there crooked cops in the U.S.? I'm sure there are. I mean, I don't want to, I'm not going to say that. Those generalizations about Mexico, it's just not true. But not trying to be dramatic or to try to scare anybody or anything like that. Driving around without at least the basic liability policy in Mexico, that's terrifying to me. Because if you were to hit somebody down there and pull out your U.S. Insurance card, they don't care about that. They're going to say, where's the Mexican coverage? What do you think? We're going to call your adjuster in Boise, Idaho and straighten this out? That's not going to happen. You're going to go to jail. They're going to say, and somehow they determine right on the spot, you're responsible for this accident. We've talked to 2 witnesses and whatever. So you go to jail until you pay this guy. And there's a body shop guy standing right there 9 out of 10 times. Oftentimes, an insurance adjuster shows up on the spot of the accident. Everybody determines right there. It's not the U.S. where, oh, we've had a terrible accident. Let's exchange insurance information or driver's license and go on our way and settle this next Tuesday when the adjusters show up. That's not how it happens in Baja. Everybody shows up on the spot at 8 o'clock at night on a Tuesday, and hey, you just did $9,000 damage to that car. And don't fool yourself that every car running around Baja is some $1,000 car and you're going to be able to get away handing them a crisp $100 bill. That's not gonna happen. I was in Tijuana 2 weeks ago. My little 9-year-old Mazda, believe me, was the cheapest car in that parking lot. It was Tesla, Porsche, Lamborghini, Ford F-350, you know, crazy amount of money running around Tijuana. There just is. And if you happen to be the gringo that T-bones that guy in an intersection, he's going to want $20,000 to get that car repaired or whatever it is. I'm making up the numbers, but you get the picture. It's not going to be settled with a quick trip down to the ATM. And it's not going to be settled pulling out your American insurance card and saying, contact my agent in Boise, Idaho. They're just going to laugh at you. I mean, they just are. And you're probably going to be detained. So again, I'm certainly not one of these people that talks smack about Baja and crookedness and all this and that. I'm not. That's not crooked. That's how it goes down there. You cause an accident, you pay for it. If you have insurance, well, of course, you have insurance and everything's going to be civil, and you better go with a good company like the one I'm recommending, Baja Bound, because they have folks in Baja that are going to be able to communicate to you in English. If Spanish isn't your first language, it's sure not mine. And if I'm in a stressful crash situation, man, I want somebody to walk me through that in San Diego, in Baja, that everybody's speaking English. We're all on the same page. Not some 1-800 number I call to some guy in Mexico City and I'm trying to somehow get it translated. I just keep that in mind. Go with a good, solid company. I mean, maybe you can find some cutthroat company online. It's going to save you $30 or whatever. Just don't do it. You get what you pay for with these Mexican insurance policies. Again, I do kind of beginners videos and all, and I suggest go with the best. Go with the platinum, the premium, whatever it is, if you're going to go with a full coverage policy. You can get full coverage, you can get liability. If you're absolutely certain, and 50 miles is not a long way. If you're going to go to the wine country in Baja, you're way past 50 miles. So keep that in mind, and no, don't risk it for that extra 30 miles or whatever it is. Just don't do it. I mean, anything could happen. Just anything can happen anywhere in the U.S. Anything can happen down in Baja. Just don't go uninsured. But if you're just running to Tijuana for the dinner and look around, and you're 100% confident that your U.S. policy will cover your car in the event of an accident, they're going to cover the repairs. Maybe you are believing me that the liability will be an issue, and it will be. Please don't fight me on that one. I mean, just don't. Not for as affordable as liability insurance is. You don't want to have that argument down there. You don't. You'll lose that one. You just will. But if you're confident in the insurance on at least your car, well, fine. Pick up a liability policy to, go with your full coverage policy. Does that make sense? You have your full coverage policy to cover your car, but you have a liability policy of at least $300,000. Don't go any cheaper than that. If you can get more, get more. But I mean, there's some expensive cars down there, and if some cut rate outfit is trying to sell you $50,000 of liability policy, well, that might be, the hood and left door on a Tesla. I don't know. I wouldn't want to dent one. So I'll leave that up to you. But just, again, if you're a beginner and you're just trying to do the right thing, go with a good, solid, A-rated policy, and you're not going to have any problems. If you cause an accident, okay, it's an accident. Okay, you're insured. You're going to have an adjuster on your side fighting your case, with the Mexican officials. Again, if you don't have that policy, you're doing this. Oh, I got to turn my light back on. You're doing this all on your own, and you're going to lose. You're going to lose those battles. There's something called this was new to me. There's something called a driver's license policy. In the past, I've had like 2 10-year-old trucks, and I had separate policies on each truck. You can now get a policy on my driver's license, and maybe it includes, I don't have a wife right now, but my wife's license. So we have 2 cars, and the policy goes with our driver's license. Does that make sense? Rather than your Ford pickup is insured, but your Toyota Camry is not, it insures the car you're driving, these 2 drivers. So if that's something, if you have multiple cars, maybe look into the driver's license policy. That might be something that helps you. Oh, one more thing I forgot to mention. A lot of folks contact these Mexican insurance companies like Baja Bound and ask them about, will this policy, say a driver's license policy that covers the driver from this car to that car, will it cover me in a Mexican rental car? I had that same question, because when you go rent a car in Cabo to drive to La Paz or whatever, it comes with basic liability insurance, but you're really foolish if you don't buy the full coverage, everything. I mean, the last thing you want to do is get in a crash in a rental car in Mexico and not have the full package. You're probably going to be buying that car. The answer was no. These policies are for U.S. plated cars and Canadian cars to travel into Mexico. So no, you can't use these type policies to cover your Mexican rental car. Check out the link for Baja Bound in the description. Play with the calculator, check it all out, and then give the company with any calls. Tell them the Eager Expat sent you. All right, take it easy.